In the RS-Links Classic application, we open the RS-Who interface by expanding Communications in the top ribbon menu and selecting RS-Who. Within the RS-Who interface, we expand the driver for the desired network. We need to keep in mind that a driver will only browse and update when it is selected. In addition to selecting the driver, we need to verify that the Auto Browse checkbox is checked. After a minute or two, the driver will have browsed the network to determine which devices are successfully communicating on the network. If all devices on a network appear with red X's, as seen here, there are two things we need to examine. First, we need to verify that the network interface card on our programming workstation is connected to the network. Assuming that we have a good physical connection, the next thing to check is that the NIC is configured with a valid IP address for the given network. Once these two things are verified, we need to let the driver browse and update. Sometimes it is helpful to click away from the driver and then back to it. If an individual device is represented by a red X, we will first verify that that device is physically connected to the network. We also need to verify that the device is configured with an IP address and subnet mask valid for the given network. To do this, we connect a USB cable between our computer and the device. USB and virtual backplane drivers will automatically appear once a USB connection is established. Now we can expand the virtual backplane driver and locate the device. Right-clicking the device, we go down to Module Configuration and select it. In the Module Configuration dialog, we can go to the Port Configuration tab to view the IP address configuration in the device. We may alter the IP address as well. Once we've applied the new address, we again need to make sure that the driver is browsing the network so that we will see the device return to communicating on the network. Once we have all of the hardware communicating, we may observe that some devices are represented by a yellow question mark. This simply means that an EDS file for that device does not exist in the database on the programming workstation. An EDS file is an electronic data sheet that RS-Links Classic uses to identify elements unique to a particular piece of hardware. With most devices, the EDS file is stored in memory on the device. So we may simply right-click the device and select Upload EDS File from Device. Clicking our way through the wizard, the file is uploaded and the yellow question mark is replaced with the correct icon for the device. Of course, we may also use the RS-Links Classic application to find out more information about a device. We've seen this with the module configuration when we changed an IP address. We may also look at a device's properties to find out what the device is, and more importantly, we can check the revision of firmware installed in the device. We need to know a controller's firmware revision when we create a project for the controller, and we will also need to know firmware revisions for other hardware as we add it to a controller project.